today's class we will study about some properties of prime numbers. We start with Euclid's theorem, which states that there is an infinite number of prime numbers. So actually Euclid gave the proof by the method of contradiction. So we assume that the result is not true. That is, there is only a finite number of primes. And let the primes be P1, P2, P3, etc. Pn, where Pn is the last prime. We arrange these primes in the ascending order. So we know that the first prime number is 2, second one is 3, third one is 5, etc. Pn is the last prime number. So we arrange the primes in the ascending order. Now consider the positive integer capital P equal to P1 into P2 into etc. into Pn plus 1. That is, we take the product of all the primes, then we add 1 to that product. That is the integer capital P. Clearly, P is greater than 1 because it is some product plus 1. So, it is an integer greater than 1. Any integer greater than 1 must have a prime divisor. So, let Q be the prime divisor of P. That is, Q divides P and Q is a prime number. But we assumed that the only prime numbers are P1, P2, etc. Pn. So here the prime divisor of P, that is Q, must be one of the primes in this collection. That is Q equal to Pi for some I belong to 1 to etc. n. That is Q equal to one of the prime numbers P1, P2, etc. Pn. Since Q equal to one among these primes, Q must divide the product of the primes P1, P2, etc. Pn. Now we have Q is a divisor of capital P, that is Q divides P, and also Q divides P1 into P2 into etc. into Pn. Therefore, Q divides the difference of these integers, that is capital P minus P1, P2, etc. Pn. But from this equation 1, we have capital P equal to P1, P2, etc. Pn plus 1. Therefore, P minus P1, P2, etc. Pn equal to 1. That is, this expression P minus P1, P2, etc. Pn equals 1. So, we have Q divides 1. That is, Q is a divisor of 1. But the only positive divisor of 1 is 1 itself. Therefore, Q must be equal to 1. But it's a contradiction since Q is greater than 1 because we assumed that Q is a prime divisor of capital P. Since Q is a prime, it is greater than or equal to 2. Therefore, here Q equal to 1 is a contradiction. So, our assumption was wrong. That is, no finite list of primes is complete. Hence, there are infinitely many prime numbers. So, this is Euclid's theorem. Note the result here. Let Pn denote the nth prime number in their natural order. Then Pn plus 1 is less than or equal to P1, P2, etc. Pn plus 1 for n greater than or equal to 1. Here we arrange the primes in the natural order. That is P1 equal to 2, P2 equal to 3, etc. The nth prime is Pn. Now consider the integer P1 into P2 into etc. into Pn plus 1. Actually, this integer is greater than or equal to Pi for all I equal to 1, 2, etc. n. Since this integer is product of all these primes P1, P2, etc. Pn and we add 1 to that product. So clearly this integer is greater than or equal to each of the primes Pi. So the n plus 1th prime, that is Pn plus 1, is less than or equal to P1 into P2 into etc. into Pn plus 1. Because if this number P1, P2, etc. Pn plus 1 is a prime, then this prime is greater than or equal to all the primes Pi. That is, this is a prime after the nth prime. So, always this number is either equal to the n plus 1th prime or it will be greater than the n plus 1th prime. Hence, we proved the result. Pn plus 1, that is n plus 1th prime, is less than or equal to P1, P2, etc. Pn plus 1. We will use this result to prove the inequality. If Pn is the nth prime number, then Pn is less than or equal to 2 to the power 2 raised to n minus 1. This inequality gives an upper bound for the nth prime number. That is, the nth prime number will always be less than or equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. It gives us some idea about the position of nth prime in the number line. So the proof is by mathematical induction. That is, we will assume that n equal to 1 and we will prove the result first. When n equal to 1, the inequality becomes P1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to 1 minus 1. That is 2 raised to 0. 2 raised to 0 is 1. So we get P1 less than or equal to 2 raised to 1. And P1 is the first prime number. It is 2. So we have 2 less than or equal to 2, which is true since 2 equal to 2. So the result is true for n equal to 1. Now we assume that n is greater than 1 and the result holds for all integers up to n. And we will consider the n plus 1th prime Pn plus 1. In the previous note, we have already studied that Pn plus 1 is less than or equal to P1, P2, etc. Pn plus 1. By induction hypothesis, we assumed that each of the primes P1, P2, etc. Pn satisfies the inequality given. And what was the inequality? Pn is less than or equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. That is, each of the primes P1, P2, etc. Pn satisfies this inequality. So we will apply the result here. P1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to 1 minus 1. That is 0. P2 is less than or equal to 2 raised to 2 minus 1. That is 1. Then P3 is less than or equal to 2 raised to 3 minus 1. That is 2, etc. Pn is less than or equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. So plus 1 here. Then this expression is equal to 2 to the power 1 into 2 square into 2 raised to 2 square into etc. 2 raised to n minus 1 plus 1. When we take the product here, we can write it as 2 to the power 1 plus 2 square plus etc. plus 2 raised to n minus 1 plus 1. Now this is a geometric series with common ratio 2. Since the common ratio is greater than 1, the formula of the sum becomes a into r raised to n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 if r is the common ratio. Here the common ratio is 2. So the sum becomes 1 into 2 raised to n minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. So it's equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. So just substitute here. We have 2 raised to, this sum becomes 2 raised to n minus 1 plus 1. Now we have this 1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to n minus 1 for all n. For example, if n equal to 1, what happens? When n equal to 1, we have 1 less than or equal to 2 raised to 2 minus 1, that is 1 less than or equal to 2, which is true. When n equal to 2, we have 1 less than or equal to 2 raised to 2 square, that is 4 minus 1, it is 3, that is 1 less than or equal to 8, etc. And clearly 1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to n minus 1 for all n greater than or equal to 1. So we can write this inequality as Pn plus 1 less than or equal to 2 raised to n minus 1 here plus 1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. Now both these expressions are same. So we can write this equal to 2 times 2 raised to n minus 1. Now after solving we get this equal to 2 raised to n minus 1 plus 1, that is 2 raised to n. That is, we get Pn plus 1 is less than or equal to 2 to the power 2 raised to n. Hence the result is true for n plus 1 also. That is, when we substitute here for n equal to n plus 1, what we get? Pn plus 1 less than or equal to 2 raised to n plus 1 minus 1, that is n. So that is the result what we get here. That is, Pn plus 1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to n. So the result holds for n plus 1 also. So by induction procedure, we can conclude that the result is true for all integers n greater than or equal to 1. Here we have a corollary to the theorem. For n greater than or equal to 1, there are at least n plus 1 primes less than 2 raised to n. This corollary gives us some idea about the distribution of primes. Below the number 2 raised to n, there are at least n plus 1 primes. Proof. From the theorem, the n plus 1th prime Pn plus 1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to n. In the theorem, we proved that the nth prime Pn is less than or equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. In the place of n, we substitute n plus 1. Then we get Pn plus 1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to 2 raised to n plus 1 minus 1. That is, we get Pn plus 1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to 2 raised to n. So that's the result we got it here. So this says that the n plus 1th prime is less than or equal to 2 raised to 2 raised to n. Since the primes P1, P2, etc. Pn are listed in the natural order, there are at least n plus 1 primes less than or equal to Pn plus 1. P1, P2, etc. Pn plus 1 are all primes less than or equal to Pn plus 1. And Pn plus 1 is less than or equal to 2 raised to 2 raised to n. Therefore, the primes P1, P2, etc. Pn plus 1 are all less than 2 raised to 2 raised to n. That is, there is at least n plus 1 primes less than 2 raised to 2 raised to n.